Hello, this is Peg with Craft Room Stories. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so I am following along with Meg at Chasing Retro, and she has got some prompts. She's done September and October, and now she's doing November. And I've got it all jumbled up. I don't know if I'm making one from which thing. I think this one is from November. This is altered playing cards. And it's just to help you build up your stash. When you're making junk journals, it can be overwhelming to start a junk journal and then you have nothing made for it, which is how I pretty much roll most of the time, and it's problematic. Okay, so I started this one and then I realized I'm not recording. What's wrong with me? Okay, so as some of you know who've watched my channel before, you know that I am making a Pokey Little Puppy journal. This has got some glue on it. I gotta get that off of there. And it's not just the Pokey Little Puppy, it's kind of a whole dog journal based, with that book in it and stuff. Okay, so this is a gorgeous playing card. I got this, and I'd love to tell you who I got it from, but I swear I do not remember. Once I've showed it and then put it in my stash, like I don't remember. Sometimes it'll come to me like, oh, I know I got that from so-and-so, but I honestly do not remember who I got this from. But whoever gave it to me, I love you and thank you. So I'm going to doctor some playing cards. I've got some vintage playing cards that are just fun. Now, I say vintage because they look old, and I don't know how old they are. I don't know from what year because they don't say, but they look pretty old. And I got them from an estate sale. But this one's got like a whole picture on it, and I thought I would just add probably, one of these little Holly Hobby girls in that, and it would just be cute, right? Just like that. And then this one, look at that. How cute is that? This to me looks like it might be from the 70s. I don't know. It's just the drawing makes me think of that. But it's so cute. Now this particular one is a pinochle card. So when I bought these at an estate sale, we always played cards at the house. I mean, with the family, whatever games. But we played a lot of games that involved cards. And I thought I was buying playing cards. I didn't look at the bottom of the box that said Pinochle. I've never played Pinochle, don't even know how. But they look very similar, but they have like not all the playing cards. And so multiples of one. So I don't really know how it's played. But anyway, I thought we would take these 3 cards and do something fun with them. I realize this is not building up my stash all that much, but a little bit, and I've not done this before. I've never done any doctoring of playing cards. Of course, I've done postcards and various other things, but not playing cards. But I figure I'm going to take it and do with it kind of like I did with the postcards, and I think that looked really cute and super fun. Now, I just realized I hope that hot glue is going to be, it might just peel right off. I don't know. I'm not going to try to peel it off. But because they have kind of a sheen, as you can probably tell, it's probably glaring. I don't even know if I'm showing these because it's probably glaring. Let me try again because of the way the light is shining. Okay, so maybe you can see that now. I don't know if you could have seen them before, but whoops. Okay, so anyway, that's what they are. I'm going to try, this is put on with hot glue. It feels like it's pretty sturdy. Maybe it's melting the kind of plastic coating and will stay. I'm going to go with that. We're going to give it a try. So I thought I'd take this little Holly Hobby. Now she was damaged in that I didn't print them properly. And she got cut off. And so I'm trying to use her as if she's wading in the water. And there's her dog kind of watching over her, making sure she doesn't go too deep or get hurt. And then we're just going to have a butterfly flying. I realized that the butterfly is like the same size as the girl and the dog, but that's okay. To me, it doesn't have to be, proportional, because that's kind of the fun. Now, I don't want to necessarily cover it. I really love this playing card because the scenery is gorgeous. So this butterfly might cover up too much of those trees, and then I will be sad. Well, I think you can still see predominantly. I could use a smaller butterfly, but then I'd have to dig through my stash. I just don't want to. I don't want to. So, okay. Let me get my glue now. I have already glued this little fabric ruffle on here. And we're going to pretend like that's part of the water. I went with that because it was blue and it also matches the fabric that I'm using in this journal. So I'm going to hot glue her because she's a little thicker. I had made her, made her stiff. And let me get her where I want her to be. There. And to me, it looks like she's kind of holding up the back of her dress with her hand. That's not what she's doing. She just has her hands behind her. But that's what I say she's doing, because it looks like her dress is hiked up. But that's just because it got cut off in the printing. All right. Now, I was going to find a little word to put on this. But I usually like to use scripture, but that doesn't leave a whole lot of room for like an entire scripture or something. So let me just look up here and see if I can find. I know my hand is all up in your face and stuff. That's too big. Sorry. I try to be like better at this and be all like prepared, so you guys aren't sitting there waiting for me to just find things. Alas, I did not get that. This says dream big. I wonder if I could just do dream. I think I might just do I want to do dream or one of these? I cannot decide. I have some teeny tiny little words here, but looking through them is kind of tedious. Let me see if I can pull this out without a catastrophe. It may happen, it may not. Oy! Okay, there. Now my arm is not just like sitting there in your face. Okay. Let's just look through here real quick. These are all things I've cut out of either freebies or, you know, things that that I've bought, kits that I bought. Here's one that says laugh and one that says imagine. I like the imagine. Imagine a world where we could do that again. Just go wading in a creek with our dogs and not worry about snakes and creepy things. And ooh, joy is a good one. We might do imagine on this one, and this one do, no, that's too fat for joy. We'll do joy there, or love there. I bet I just saw one that said love. We'll do love there. I'll probably cut it down a little bit. So this, even if I cut that down, that word is kind of big, and it would take up too much of the picture, and I don't want to do that. Okay, y'all, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I should probably just pause this and well, here's another one that says love. I might just do love on both of these because they're not going in the same journal. And a girl loving her dog, what's more precious about that? Okay, but I am going to cut this down. I hope I'm in frame. There's a glare from this light, and I'm not getting a lot of outside light today because it's overcast. It's not actually supposed to rain, but it's quite cloudy and everything today. Okay, we've got that. Let's cut this one down. I don't know yet what I'm doing with this one, but we'll just cut this down since I'm on a roll here. And I don't know where I got all these words from, just various places. But I don't keep all the words from kits and stuff like that because I predominantly use scriptures or hymn lyrics and things like that because that's what I prefer in mine. But, you know, everybody's different. And some of the words just, you know, I don't really keep like magic and things like that because that's not the direction I want my journals to go. I'd rather them be pointing, you know, to Jesus because he is where all hope and joy and love originates. So, all right. I'm going to just ink these up a little bit because it's kind of stark white on some of these. It's not really what I'm going for. We've got that one. I'm just kind of blend in. Oh, no, I really need more coffee. I should have brought some over here so that I could be a little more alert. I may have to pause this video and go make some. I'll try and make it through. I'll try and do it. Okay. Did any of y'all see that video of the lunacy of my house trying to move my couch? Y'all, I'm just telling you, that was a mess. That was an absolute mess. And that's the nature of me, though. I mean, if you're around me at all, you know there's going to be some chaos. There will always be laughter. And there's usually something that will go awry in my life. It's just inevitable. All right, y'all, what do you think? I kind of like that. I feel like almost that there should be a little flower in that butterfly, but I may decide that later. For now, there we go. And we'll just, I'm not doing anything with the back of that because it can be written on or whatever. Sometimes I would do one side and sometimes another side, but I'm going to do this side. Will I do this side or will I do the other side on this one? I don't actually know yet. I might go ahead and just put love on this. I don't know. I should have decided what I was going to do ahead of time. All right. You don't have to ink these up. They are what they are, but I just thought, you know, where they're kind of cracking a little bit because they're old and stuff. I just thought I'd, you know, kind of disguise that as much as possible. All right, let me look in my stash and see. I was just looking at the little Holly Hobby Girls. Woo, okay, about to flick that all over the place. And I had a cute little one. Bless you, honey. He's all sneezing. I had a cute little one that I thought would go well in this. Can y'all see all this mess? Oh, there it is. Let's see. Will she look good on there? I don't really think I mean, the green of her looks good, but the purple, you know what though? We'll just go with a differing thing. Okay, now the other one, if I doctor the other side of it, what should I do with the other side? I am not sure. Okay, y'all, I'm going to trim this up again. I didn't trim it much because, or too close, because I didn't want any of the flowers and stuff like that breaking off from being too fragile. But when I'm about to glue it on, then I think it's okay to go ahead and take it down a little further. So I don't really want this video to be eternal, so bear with. Sorry about that. Okay. It's hard to see exactly what it's supposed to look like. All right, there's a little bow here. other than the couch debacle, I don't really have any new stories right now. I'm sure there's some old ones lurking, ready to be told, but I can't think of any right this second. It's not to say that things don't continuously happen. They do, and they're funny, but some of them I just don't think are appropriate to tell everybody, because you'll be like, that's more than overshare. Please stop it. And that is what's been going on in my life. Okay, I think that's, well, let's get this part right here. Okay, that's good enough. And now we'll just ink that up a little bit and just kind of disguise some of that, make it not as noticeable. And then we'll get her glued on. Now, I'm thinking about gluing her on with Fabri-Tac because even though this is kind of a shiny surface, and hopefully it'll be okay, but because she is not a heavy material, she's just a real light cardstock, and I think that hot glue would make her kind of a little lumpy and bumpy. Now, we're going to have her hanging over a little bit so that we make sure and get that bird in there. Can y'all see what's going on here? Do I need to bring it down just a hair, maybe? Does that help? Okay. I'm going to let this dry a little bit because it's going to continue to move before I try to get all that glue bits off. So let's see. We'll put Imagine just right up here, I think. Do we want to put that behind a ribbon or a piece of lace or something? I feel like we do. And I'm frantically looking around to see any little snippets we can use. I think I've found a piece. Bear with. Okay. Whoop. I'm dropping things, y'all. If you could see, someday I'll show you my craft area and you could understand the teensy area that I am working in, and you'd be like, my word, how does she function? But that's what I have. We don't have a terribly large house. I could use one of the other rooms, but then if somebody would come to stay, I couldn't get to my crafts. And I'm trying not to burn myself, because that could happen. That probably would happen. It's got to be said. And anyway, so I leave it here because also this little area over here, it's just like a little kind of jutted out corner of my living room. And it is a pointless. No one's going to sit over here. So at one point when we first moved in, I had it as a cute little sitting area. And guess who sat over here? Yeah, the dogs. No people sat over here because then you were kind of out of the way of everybody else. So what, what's the point of that? So the dogs sat over here and, I had to put blankets on the chairs. Well, I do that anyway, to try and alleviate dog hair and destruction of property, from dog nails and dogs being dogs. But this is a dog house, so if you come here, just know there will be dog hair. It will be. It's a never-ending battle, and I'm losing for sure. Okay, y'all, I feel like almost that maybe I need a little bow or something there. Let me look at my bows real quick. I organize my area, and then I go to thrift stores, and, that's what happens. Oh, look at that cute. Now, I feel like almost it should be green. But I don't really like that shade of green on there. This is the one I want, but it's a little too big. So I'm not going to do that. But I like that shade of green. but I think I do not have any gingham, and I would have liked to have had gingham because she has a very, you can't, I don't know if you can see, her dress is kind of gingham, little purple gingham. Ooh, maybe I should do purple. I've got, y'all see this bunch of stuff. Oh, I do have purple gingham. Oh, that's what I'll do. Yay! Okay, and I mean, it's not the exact same color as her dress. No, that doesn't look right. Her dress, it makes her dress look pink. No, that won't work, y'all. Okay, so this is becoming tedious, and I know that you guys are like, stop it already. Just stop. There's a pretty yellow gingham. Oh, and oh, Craft-A-Lanch. Craft-A-Lanch. Okay. This goes with some of the yellow in the card. I think that'll be okay. All right. Oh, people, I'm out of control. Just out of control. Okay, now I'm going to hot glue this because it's quick and easy. And it dries very fast. Okay, but it does seep out sometimes, but it does kind of just roll away easily if you can get it while it's still a little bit not fully dried. And this glue eraser from the Dollar Tree is fantastic. Okay, can y'all see that? Oh, I like it. Pretty little altered playing card. Okay, now, if I just put this love on the front of this, whoop, flicking, what can I do with the back of it to kind of disguise it? Okay, I could put paper, certainly. But I'd like to kind of, for it to be a little bit see-through so you can tell it's a playing card. Okay. Y'all, I feel like that doesn't stand out enough. I feel like it should be on a ribbon or something. Let's see, what do we have? What do we have nearby? I'm frantic. Okay, she's wearing orange, which is super cute. Oh, and I've got some cream-colored eyelet lace here, which I think would be fun. Look at that. Isn't that yummy? And you can just take the header off of it, and this is gathered. If you don't want it gathered, you can just take that off. And you can cut it off if you want, or you can, I'm trying to, there, it just pulled right off. That's handy. And then I'm just going to kind of trim that down just a hair. Okay. All right. Y'all, my words are not coming to me today. There are just days, and I feel like mine are like coming more and more days of more nonsense. Just, exceedingly clumsy. All right, stay, I think. And this is why I like hot glue, because once you glue it, it stays. That, I would just be sitting there holding that for eternity and getting more and more annoyed at the waste of time. There. Just a dab of hot glue. And then, where I've had another glue debacle, I kind of just live from one bit of chaos to the next. And I just am waiting always, what's the next thing going to happen? I'm going to trim that just a hair because it's got like a hard piece. Okay, now that's the front of it. Y'all see that? Let's see. Cute. Okay, now what can we do with the back? Now, I don't know if you've noticed, the backs of these, I don't think it shows up terribly well. They're kind of a greeny color, like a mint green, which is different. So I was thinking I could do a little decoupage on the back, but that is, I would end up keeping you. What if I just paused the camera, did some decoupage, and then showed you when I was done? I think that's what I'll do. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. So I did not decoupage. Let me tell you why. This had the big, huge queen, not just the numbers, and I forgot about that. So I went ahead and just covered her up and made it a writing spot. So I took some scrapbook paper and then some of my food colored paper and made a writing spot. And there we go. There's my 3 little altered playing cards. All right, fun. Y'all make you some. Okay, remember this is Ready, Set, Stash, hosted by Meg at Chasing Retro. Fun. Hugs. Bye. I almost forgot to say goodbye.